Good evening, Mask enjoyers. I hope you're doing right, 'cause it's time for the predictions video. Yes, a good 8 or so hours ago for the May Force White Rust store, we got all of these skins rotating in. Get a good look at all of that. So basically in this video, we're going to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins potentially might be the best investment this week, which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So at first glance, I will just sit here and say this. I'm not feeling super confident with a lot of these skins. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. I'll explain further as we go through all of them. But I should also point out, with today's Force Wipe, with today's update, we've had some interesting changes to weapons, and I will be discussing that as we talk about certain skins today. So sit back and relax, let's get started. What do I feel comfortable with? I'm going to be talking about the likes of the Shadowborn, Sheepman or Double Door. So the Shadowborn collection is brewing up very nicely. 5 skins accepted so far, looking ever so nice. With the acceptance of this today, we did see the likes of the large box and the Sheepman or Door bouncing back up. They did reach up to around their Rust store prices. This is now currently above it. This is getting close, just a few more sales and it's back up to it. So as a whole, this collection is only looking even better. And this garage door reached up to $7. In fact, if I just quickly look at this now, I can confirm it's currently sitting at about $6. So it had that spike of demand. It's kind of calmed down a fair bit, but things are looking very good as a whole for this full set. Now consider this, as we approach the likes of the summertime, where we are expecting more people to potentially return to play the game, think about summer vacation with kids and whatnot, we are very likely to be seeing these skins potentially rise up even more. Consider this, more people playing the game, even better, or rather even stronger demand for skins as a whole. So be prepared for something like that. Now with a full collection like this, which is going on fairly strong, I'm looking optimistic, especially for the Sheepman or Double Door. But we have to remind ourselves what happened at the very beginning of this year. In February, for in like a 2-week period of time, we had 4 Sheepman or Double Door skins being accepted, didn't we? And we were very concerned about that. We thought, oh no, they're probably all going to struggle and suffer. No, look at all of them. They are doing perfectly fine, comfortably in the positive. Now, we'll just point this out. When this was accepted today, the long Double Door did suffer a fair bit, probably because of the matching colour schemes. Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch, but maybe anyway. These are still perfectly fine in the positive, and if I were to just quickly show you all the Sheepman or Doors that currently exist, from lowest price and beyond, you'll notice that every single one of them is comfortably in the positive. Every single Sheepman or Double Door. So that's a nice positive outlook, but I have to bring this up to you. Back in February, when we saw 4 Sheepman or Double Door skins being accepted, suddenly all the skin creators wanted to make them, because it looked like it was an easy acceptance. Well, let me tell you this, after 8 weeks since then, whilst many people have attempted and tried, none of them were accepted. And very weirdly, this skin was actually produced 5 weeks ago, yet was randomly picked out as a late pick today. Don't know why it happened, so can't complain, it's a perfectly fine looking skin, but I'm a bit worried that if it sells very, very nicely, all the other skin creators are going to feel super motivated again to keep wanting to put out even more Double Door skins. Be prepared for something like that. Keep an eye on the workshop just in case. So we have to be cautious, and as I would always say, never rush into making an investment. Use the time to your advantage. If you care very, very much in regards to whether something might be risky or not, wait until Wednesday. That right there is an abnormal skin. So if you go over to my YouTube right here, I've got a video here talking about the past week skins, Rust skin abnormal barders. Go give that a watch. You'll understand pretty much everything in regards to how we approach things. We play it safe. We do it right. So basically, when you look at the likes of this, I'm a little bit concerned about the fact that it's already done 6,000 sales after about 8 hours. I can't help but assume that is going to be comfortably doing above about 25,000 sales in total, which is not the end of the world. If we just quickly remind ourselves, long Double Door, that did about 40,000 sales. That's up by 71%. And in all fairness, it does look very good. That looks very good. And if we go remind ourselves of the likes of the Shadowborn skins, they all look very good as well. So get a quick look at that. You remember that. Now if I quickly go over to here, you're reminded that, yeah, Shadowborn looks pretty sweet. And I'm pretty sure many people will be appreciating that in the future as well. So we approach the likes of the summer. Do you think this whole collection is going to be doing quite all right? Feel free to comment below and whatnot. I think it'll be doing A-okay, and I wouldn't be surprised if we'll be seeing even more skins being produced for this collection. Maybe not for a small period of time. We're not 100% sure what Mr. Vase is currently working on. If you have been keeping an eye on the workshop, this past week he produced a porcelain skin. Yes, he also makes skins for that. So if you could just remember from the past, this man has been putting out some very cool looking skins. But he tried again for the likes of his rug skin. Didn't work out, unfortunately, or as of now hasn't worked out. You never know, maybe next week we will see. But Shadowborn's looking to be in a very, very good spot. Face Punch clearly likes it. That's why they picked out a skin that was produced 5 weeks ago, being accepted in today's Rust store. So maybe we'll see that locker skin at some point in the near future. Maybe we'll start seeing some more skins being produced. Small boxes, I don't know, a rug skin, maybe a furnace, who knows? Keep an eye on the workshop. That's all you got to do. So the smart thing to do, wait until Wednesday, see how many sales have happened, and if it seems like quite a lot, maybe we'll just stick with doing a buy order, or if it seems like it didn't sell that much like the blackout sap from the previous week, maybe we'll jump in and actually buy some. I bought 100 blackout saps today. I wish I bought more. So in regards to that, I feel optimistic, but the smart thing to do is wait until Wednesday. That's all I'm going to say, all right? So we'll move on to the next skins. Right, out of everything here, I will probably want to bring up these two, because everything else is probably at best a maybe, but these two are interesting based on what happened today with the changes, of course, to the weapons. So if we just scroll down, we can read all the details. The custom SMG got buffed with the likes of aim cone changes and whatnot, bigger magazine, that's nice, but I want to talk a little bit more in regards to the likes of the LR300. As you can see here with this choice of words, in addition, I've made some changes to the recoil, damage fall-off, bullet velocity, and burst mode of the LR300. This should now be the best-in-class assault rifle. I'm sorry I butchered that, but anyway, you can see what's going on there. They intend to make this so much better. They intend for it to be at the top of the meta, top of the usage, the absolute best. So now, when you take a look at the likes of all these LR300 skins, you've got to consider maybe they're all going to have a bit of a 180, you know? As you can see, out of all the skins we've seen over the past few years, the vast majority of them, they're not doing very good because, well, people just didn't care about the weapon itself. Gun demand was low. And this applies to the likes of the custom SMG as well. Same thing applies. Gun demand was low. People weren't actively wanting to use the weapon itself. Where's the justification to use skins? Where's the justification to own skins? Therefore, all skin prices were down bad. But now that they had buffs, maybe that might change. People are very likely going to test these out. They're going to probably come up with a different opinion. Maybe the custom SMG will be appreciated more compared to the Thompson and the MP5. Maybe. We're going to give it time. But with the LR300, do you reckon that might be used more than the AK from here on now? And, well, I want to show something off to you. So in regards to more specifically the LR300, so the Bullseye LR300 right here, I just want to point out that with its design, green, cool, skulls and whatnot, if you look at the aim sight, that should be good for most environments. A very light pea green, even with the grassy areas, it should still work out very nicely. I want to showcase to you some of the recent LR300s we have. So we had the likes of the Black Diamond LR300 a good couple weeks or so back. That sold for $4. It's now boosted back up to $5. And if I show you its sales history, nobody cared for it. Oh wait, hang on a minute, they changed the LR300, it's better now. Buy, boosted up. It's doing better. LR300s are looking to be so much more appealing. So that's a positive. And then if we show the likes of the Blackout LR, which has been around for about 3 years, well, that's now up to $3 when it was like permanently stuck at $2. And if you look at sales history, and I'm talking about its like full history, you would see that that's, you know, sticking with that point. Yeah, this was a bit of a pump back then, but went back down to around $2. Now you can see it starting to climb up. In recent sales history, you can see it starting to climb up ever so nicely and quite steeply because the changes came in today. So keep an eye on these things. You've also got the likes of the Black Gold LR300. Currently right now the lowest listing is $1.61, but if I was to tell you that's actually the highest price it's been in a very long time, even better than the post-Christmas we had about, what, a few months ago? Yeah, and look, it's a very big fat jump. The LR300, all of its skins improving very nicely. You've got to keep an eye out for the likes of this. And, well, I'll point this out now, prices are still fairly cheap. There's a lot of LR300 skins that are out there, and, well, maybe you might want to go give them a proper good look. So, as I've kind of spoken about these two skins, I did talk more about the LR300, but it both applies. Will these buffs have people look at these in a different light? We have a good 6 or so days to, you know, watch some streams and gather everybody's opinions and whatnot, and, well, you never know, these actually might work out to be perfectly fine investments for the future. We shall see, alright? Maybe it's not going to be something super easy to figure out right here, right now, over the course of this weekend and whatnot. Understood. Even though I'm a bit, I've got to wait a little bit longer, I've got to wait and see and whatnot. I'm sorry. But you can understand, I view these better than just, maybe they might be right to jump into. No, these are better. They're interesting. But we've got to keep an eye on them. So, give these skins a good look. We didn't give the Black Diamond custom SMG that much of a look, but yeah, it looks perfectly fine. Sleek, chrome sort of black design there, yeah. It's silvery rather than black, that's a bit interesting. But overall, I want to see what happens in regards to how people view it and how, you know, other people's opinions. Because if everybody doesn't seem to like a skin or a weapon, then It's not going to be a good investment, is it? You've got to be understanding of how everybody views these items from now on. So that was a bit of a ramble. Hope you took all of that information in. Let's talk about the rest of these skins in the Rust store. So I'm going to talk about the rest of these skins in terms of I'm not super confident in them. And I'll try my best to quickly explain everything in regards to why. Right, so I'm going to jump on to talk about the likes of the Constructed Thompson right now. It's a hard maybe. Why? We literally just had a Thompson the previous week. And we can see how that performs. This is actually a very good thing to compare to. So over the course of the next few days, when more people are able to list the ones that they bought, and if they don't like it, they'll list on the Steam market maybe or whatnot. We'll keep an eye on its price and whatnot. This only did 11,000 sales. In the grand scheme of things, that isn't that many sales for a Thompson. So if I go by subscriber count, because subscriber count is always definitive, it's always correct. As you can see here, right, it's in the lower part. That didn't sell that much. Now we have another Thompson right here. I get the feeling people like the style a whole lot more better compared to the Bombshell one. Maybe that will sell a fair bit better and whatnot. But hey, maybe the fact that people already bought one probably won't feel the need to buy another one. We'll see. But the design of this, the Lego sort of aesthetic and whatnot, that looks awesome. Make it yourself, kids design and whatnot. That's cool. I think people could appreciate such a thing. Yellow aim sight should be good for most environments. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. So maybe that does work out quite all right. But Thompsons, ever since they had that aim cone change, it's been a bit awkward over the past few months, especially when you look at all the Thompson skins. Get a good look at that. It's not so much as a reliable investment like it used to be. So, yeah, let's see how this turns out. The amount of sales would definitely be a bit of an impact, but this is also abnormal. We can wait until Wednesday. We can discuss what prices we want to do. Yes, I stream on Wednesday nights. Look at the description of this video. You'll see the links to all my socials, and we'll discuss, well, what might be the smart thing to do. Maybe we'll just stick with doing a barter. Maybe we'll look at the barter support afterwards and it looks very strong, and then we consider even buying it. You get the idea. So, with the likes of that, I want to wait it out, but I can see it working out a fair bit better. We rarely ever see Thompsons go below $1. So a smart barter can always lead to a successful potential profit. So we'll keep that in mind. We'll see how that turns out. Let's look at these other skins. I want to bring up the likes of the Lei. Alright, so we just had the likes of the gold chains poncho not too long ago. Now we've got another transparent poncho. Silly design, goofy, but I kind of like the design of this a lot better compared to the gold chains one. I'm sorry, I don't want to sound mean, but I think it works better. But overall, these transparent ponchos, if you look at them at a wrong angle, you can basically see half of it being invisible and whatnot. So role players would probably enjoy something like that. It's a bit goofy, but does goofy work out enough? And like I said, we had the gold chains poncho. That did about 30,000 sales almost. 27,000 to be specific. 27,000 subscribers. Well, that's still holding on. But we did see a continuation that appeared literally this past weekend that I think a lot of people were anticipating to appear today. That didn't happen, but maybe it could still appear next week. We shall see. But that Lei, I don't expect anywhere near the same amount of sales. I think all of these above it right here are going to be taking up most of the attention with the Rust store this week. So maybe that only does about 10,000 sales. But I should point this out to you. Hide poncho skins as investments, get a good look at that. It's not very reliable. Maybe it might do a decent enough job where it does better compared to the rest of these, but the smart thing to do is wait until Wednesday, see how many sales have happened. That's also abnormal, so we can use that to our advantage. We'll discuss prices on Wednesday night, and we'll see how we're going to approach it. Let's see how much it's sold. Right then, I want to move on to discussing the likes of that sheet metal base box next. So with all these base box skins being produced and accepted, we can look at this both ways. Oh cool, we're getting a full collection. I'm pretty sure we'll see the wood one being resubmitted and accepted potentially in a future Rust store. Then we'll have a full set. Hooray! Or maybe not. Why? Because I get the feeling they're going to be competing with each other rather than helping each other. They're all the same item. The point I'm trying to get across is, once you have the full set, you're probably only going to use one of them. Your favourite one maybe, and that's where the competing problem appears. So basically maybe overall everybody only likes one of them and then the others get neglected, or maybe it's so disputed over which one's the favourite, and again, it's not necessarily people saying this is the best one, rather what people are purchasing, that it's so spread out that they all end up suffering because of it. And as of now, you can kind of see it with the prices that you see there, down 2%, down 11. That's not terrible, and the listings that you see of these aren't exactly super high, 46 and 51, but if we see another one, it might only exacerbate the problem, make it worse. So smart thing to do, wait until Wednesday. But do you understand the point I'm trying to get across? I don't think everybody is going to be super enthusiastic to pull out 4 small boxes and then do a different skin for each one. you kind of understand the point I'm trying to say, I'm sure. But maybe it's totally fine, because as I said, they haven't exactly sold an insane amount. This right here only did 14,000 sales compared to the 19,000 sales this did. Right now, this has done about just over 4,000 subscribers at the moment. Maybe it matches up to this. Maybe it matches up to this. Maybe it does even less sales compared to this. We've got to wait and see. That is also abnormal. We'll use the time to our advantage. We'll look at it on Wednesday. Then we'll come up with a decision on how we're going to approach it. But over the course of this weekend, you never know. You might end up seeing the Wooder one being resubmitted. And then we have to really question things. So you get the idea. We'll wait it out. Right, let's talk about the likes of the Moonguard door. I like this. It looks cool. And congratulations to Papacola Universe Kid to get your first ever skin accepted. Now, they were trying to get a proper deployable collection set up. And when you see all the previous incarnations, such as that furnace right there, or this garage door, you can see they're cooking something pretty cool. And this very likely will be developed into a collection. But as of now, we only have the sheet metal door. And it looks nice, but there's a problem. Sheet metal doors as investments aren't exactly super great. What do you mean? Go take a look at all the recent sheet metal doors we've had, single doors. And what do you see? Skins from notable collections aren't exactly doing super amazing. Now, Shadowborn sheet metal door is now improving. It wasn't for a very long time. Let me put it that way. For the past couple of weeks, it was down almost around $2 at one point. Now it's back up to $3. That's nice, but it got continuations, and that supported it. Blocky, you're down 25%. You didn't even sell that much. Hazzy sheet metal door down 50 cents. You're up 10% 10% at the moment. Octopus sheet metal door. That's all right, but will it last? We shall see. When you look at all the sheet metal doors, you might notice we've had 15 accepted so far. We're 18 weeks into the year. That's a little bit troublesome, isn't it? And as I scroll down, look at all the skins that came out last year. Do you see any of them in the positive? Not really. And they were very cool designs, weren't they? But look what happened next. So here's the point. I can't help but assume we're going to be seeing even more cool looking sheet metal doors, and unfortunately, all of these gradually will end up going down in price. Maybe Shadowborn might keep going strong if we keep seeing more Shadowborn skins. The same can apply to these other skin collection sheet metal doors. But yeah, we'll see. But overall, I am not super enthusiastic, and I can't help but assume that will be going below its store price. I've seen many interesting sheet metal door skins come out in the past and then suffer. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's an abnormal skin. We'll discuss that on Wednesday night. We'll discuss what price might we want to offer and what not. Cool. All right, Junkernaught AK47. How many AK47s exist? Let's just quickly point this out. So, in fact, more specifically, how many came out this year? 14, and that kind of has the same problem as the sheet metal door. Now, how many of them are in the positive? Only one, Thundergold. Yeah, we've had far too many AK47s come out this year, and it's not looking super great. Overall, we have 248 skins. There's far too many to compare to. So for the same price of $2, let me show you this, right? That's the standard price for an AK. If I look at this from highest price, you'd be pretty shocked to see that's already in the upper half. And below that, all these other AK-47s that are cheaper than it. And you know what? Maybe people would rather buy one of these skins rather than that skin. I'm sorry to say, but that very likely is the case. Now, we just had Junkernaught MP5, literally the previous Rust store, and that only did about 6,000 sales bare minimum. People didn't really care for it that much. Can't help but assume the same thing with that. And I can't help but assume it probably won't be doing super great in terms of sales as well. And, will people want it? We'll see, but as an investment, and that's not abnormal. That will only become marketable when the Rust store rotates again next week. So I'm not super enthusiastic, sorry to say. Yeah, it's not looking super reliable. So personally, I'm going to take a step back. If I were to approach it, I'd probably just stick with a 60 cent to 80 cent buy order. Buy it. If things aren't looking super great for it, turn it into metal, sell the metal. It is what it is. And then we have the likes of these two tool skins right here, cardboard. Very nice to see a continuation from a set that basically started in 2022. But there's a problem, hatchets and pickaxe skins. What's wrong? Take a look at all of them that came out recently. They're all down by about 50%, except that one because it sold for 99 cents. And even then, still down by 11%. So yeah, down 51, down 49, down 53, down 51, down 52, down 39. You get the idea. And then over to here, it's pretty much the exact same thing with the likes of the pickaxes. Down 45, down 2, but again, remember, that sold for 99 cents. So that is down 51, down 52, down 61, down 47, down 52. Do you get the idea? They're all down to around $1. People don't seem to like tool skins, hatchets, pickaxes. You get the idea. It's very unfortunate. So I basically went through everything very quickly. I hope it was in a reasonable amount of time. 19 minutes so far. That's cool. Right, let's keep you informed with things that appear to be going on in the background. Recently, we saw these Twitch drops being submitted for people who don't actually play Rust. MP Lol. We've also got the likes of Iron Mouse, the VTuber, and then we have the likes of QT Cinderella. These people have only played Rust around when OTV was a big thing, or when some sort of special events were taking place. So what does this imply? we're probably having some sort of special event being sorted out by Face Punch, and it very likely might be happening this month or maybe around June when summer kicks off. Oh, there you go. I brought that up earlier and I'm bringing it up again. I get the feeling they're brewing something, and here's how it likely went. They asked around for big streamers on Twitch saying, hey, would you like to take part in our future Rust event? And they probably said yes, and then they probably said, right, we need you to get a Twitch drop sorted out. We'll send you to some recommended people. There's Duck, the man behind the Neon Storage Collection, and then if we go over to here, we've got Badship right there, the man behind the likes of Black Gold. You've also got the likes of the recent Black Diamond skins and whatnot. That man puts out quality work. And you got over here, Mr. Y9J. Yep. Another very successful skin creator from recent times. So yeah, wouldn't surprise me if we end up seeing a Milho Frito skin. So, point I'm trying to get across is there's some sort of special event. Face Punch themselves are brewing up, and it's very likely going to be happening soon. And of course, if you're well aware, if you read through the recent community update put out by Erin, you'd know that they said Twitch drops are soon. It's happening. Something's going on. They're brewing something. I don't know if it's going to be some sort of casual event. I don't know if it's going to be some sort of like Twitch-themed event, like a Twitch Rivals, but not so serious. We shall see. We shall see. There's not much else I have to say. So if you're hoping for maybe a big Rust streamer probably getting a Twitch drop, probably not. Probably not. But you get the idea. These are very, 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 very likely going to be your next Twitch drops. And as much as you can sit there and say you don't want that Anime Girl Garage store, I know you will. You're not strong enough to say no. You're definitely going to watch that. You're going to watch 2 hours of the stream to get that. Oh, yes, you are. You're definitely going to use it. You're going to put it in your base. You're going to stare at it for hours. I know you are. With all your other Anime Girl Garage stores that you said you definitely didn't get, it's going to happen. And I should also point out, it says MP LOL and S-Fan, so that probably implies that both of them will be streaming in the event. Again, that'll be 2 bigger streamers. So, yeah. Need I say any more? You probably get the idea. Right then, so in reference to the likes of the changes to guns today, I should also point out you should constantly keep an eye on the likes of the commits, alright? You have to. I can't help but assume we'll keep seeing some more gunplay changes potentially happen throughout all of May, so make sure you look in the description of this video. I'll make sure I link the commits to you. Interesting things have been mentioned. There's potentially another brand new weapon that's going to be introduced, the BlunderBuss, which sounds to be like some sort of flintlock design. We'll see what it looks like. BlunderBuss isn't a real name, but BlunderBuss is real. You get the idea. Something like that potentially. Something of their own design. Maybe it's some sort of adapted Ioka that makes a much bigger boom. We shall see. And also, you've even seen things like tigers. Yeah. I hope you're liking tigers. So if you thought bears were bad, yeah, tigers. But that probably implies maybe a jungle biome. We'll see. They did mention a brand new biomes on the horizon, and when they had that roadmap blog post at the very beginning of this year, who knows what it might be? A volcano, some sort of swamp, maybe a jungle. We shall see. But tiger, maybe it's a carnival monument. Anyway, that's cool. And the SKS did not actually get introduced today. They were going to introduce it as a special skin for the Nomad Hazmat pack. If you owned that, you would have got that for free, but then they realised, after everybody sat there and said, why did you build up and model a perfectly cool-looking weapon, which has its own sounds and everything, and you're just going to treat it as a skin? No, we want that as an actual weapon in the game. And Face Punch said, yeah, all right then, we'll probably do that. So they pulled that. They're waiting on it for a bit, but very likely next month you might see the SKS, a semi-automatic rifle, being introduced to the game as a brand new weapon. And I'm under the assumption, and this is all hypothesis, this is all theory, do you reckon they might nerf the SAR and replace it with the SKS, and then you'd have like the SAR, then the SKS, then the M39, much like how you have the revolver, the SAP, and the Python? What do you think? What's your comments? Feel free to express your opinions. But yeah, maybe the SKS just quite literally replaces the SAR, and because the SAR's like a hair main gun, it wouldn't really make sense if like that's better than the SKS. They nerfed the SAR because, if you weren't fully well aware, we were supposed to see an aim cone buff and whatnot to the likes of the SAR today. That didn't happen. It only applied, so if I go over to here, it only applied to the SAP. They retracted it. So I'm under the impression SAR will be getting some changes, but it's only going to potentially be in the negative for it. Whereas the SKS will replace it. So SEP got its aim cone reduction, but not the SAR. Alright? So keep an eye on these commits, see what gets changed over the course of the next month, see what's being worked on, see what potentially might be new content for June Force Wipe. I hope I was super straightforward. I hope I said everything as fast as I could. And I've said this so much, please keep an eye on the likes of the workshop for all the brand new content, whether it's Twitch drops or brand new continuations of collections. And, of course, with every brand new batch of skins, I will, of course, produce the likes of a Rust Workshop skin checks. Every single week, I go through all the newer skins, I point out all the collection continuations, I put them in chapters so you can skip ahead if you so wish. So, yeah, I've said everything. I'm out of breath. I hope that was super straightforward for all of you. 24 minutes long, 25? What are you going to do? Sorry about that, but hey, I'm sure it was fast enough. Catch you later. Enjoy your weekend. Best of luck with your investments. Keep an eye on those LR300 skins. We'll see what happens next. See ya. Bye. Right, guys, there was actually one more thing I needed to point out to you. Sorry about that, but as you can see here, Alistair McFarlane, one of the Face Punch devs, has basically pointed out that Face Punch at some point does want to introduce some sort of battle pass type system. Now, I understand by default you're probably thinking, oh no, that's pretty bad, but you just probably don't like bad battle passes. And I'm sure many of you could point out some good examples of things you don't like about them. Well, it does sound like, how he's written this, that whilst there isn't anything concrete and super solid at the moment, they will be listening to people's feedback, and let me tell you, there is a lot of feedback. So what I'll do is I'll link this in the description of the video as well. Feel free to go through all of that, and why not offer your own comments, your own opinions and whatnot. So yeah, just wanted to bring that up. It doesn't sound like it's going to be happening anytime soon, but eventually, maybe at the end of this year. Maybe we hear more about that maybe in just a few months' time. Who knows, but something for you to be aware of. So thank you very much for watching my video. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you and goodbye.